The NBA's other 29 teams need to be paying close attention to what is going on in the Motor City, because what's happening is going to affect everything in the league moving forward. Now, by the time you're watching this, either the Pistons just pulled off a huge first-round upset, or you're still pacing your living room wondering how they let it all slip away. Either way, it really doesn't matter, because what the Pistons have done this season has completely changed their franchise's trajectory, and changing how the Eastern Conference will be decided in the coming years. So get ready, because this story goes way deeper than a good season and a playoff run. But to understand how we got here to one of the most unlikely turnarounds we've seen in a while, we have to rewind and see where this roller coaster really started.
Let's go!
Now, forget playoff hopes, forget development. For 28 straight games last year, Detroit forgot how to win. They were setting records for all the wrong reasons, losing in ways that almost felt experimental. At one point, it looked like they couldn't even inbound the ball without something going wrong. It was bad, like historically bad. Cade Cunningham, stuck in the middle of it all, trying to keep the lights on while the house burned down. And even he couldn't fake optimism. Losing that much, he said, makes the sky feel grayer than it actually is.
Yeah, we're not 2-26 bad. You know what I mean? Like, no way are we that bad. So yes, I think we can turn it around. I think we can play a lot better brand of basketball than we're playing right now.
Fans were checked out and hope was running on fumes. And the franchise that once defined toughness in the East suddenly looked like a meme account with jerseys. But beneath all the chaos, there was a truth that many were reluctant to face. The Pistons weren't talentless. Now, they were young, really young. Their top 8 guys in minutes played were all under 23. They were lottery picks. Raw, inconsistent, sometimes unwatchable, but talented. And this year, let's just say the league probably should have paid a little more attention. Cade made the leap. The young core started figuring it out, and the front office brought in veterans and a coach who actually knew how to win basketball games. And now, the Pistons didn't just improve. They nearly tripled their win total. From rock bottom to playoff basketball. From 14 wins to 44. So, what changed? How does a team go from looking lost one season to competing with the Knicks on the biggest stage the next? Well, a little halftime break first. If you're enjoying this so far, a like and a subscribe would mean the world to us as a new channel. Thanks for being part of it and its growth. Now we're going to keep going. The Pistons glow up didn't happen with one draft pick or one lucky run. It took guts and a total organizational reset. Because when a team gets that bad, the real danger is pretending they're not. But credit to the Pistons, they didn't run from the wreckage, they bulldozed the site. Owner Tom Gores brought out the sledgehammer. New GM Trajan Langdon, new coach JB Bickerstaff, and a roster facelift that looked more like open heart surgery. In came Malik Beasley's shooting, Tobias Harris's leadership, Tim Hardaway Jr.'s veteran poise, and Ron Holland's rookie energy. The new additions were aided in the progress current youngsters Jalen Duren and Oscar Thompson made. Still, you don't just snap your fingers and delete trauma. When training camp opened, the cloud from last season was still thick. Bickerstaff knew it wasn't about schemes, it was about psychology. He had to unstick a locker room that had been losing for so long that it forgot what winning even looked like. And early on, it showed. Detroit lost their first 4 games, coughing up late leads and looking like the same old story.
Damn!
A new coach, same fourth quarter collapse. But then something shifted. Cade Cunningham remembers it exactly. December 21st, the Phoenix Suns, that West Coast trip. They didn't just beat the Suns, they belonged on the court. Then came the Lakers and then Sacramento, and suddenly the Pistons weren't apologizing anymore. They were taking names. By New Year's Day, they'd already passed last year's win total. By February, Cade was named an All-Star, the team's first since Blake Griffin in 2019. It was more than a personal honor, it was symbolic. Detroit was back in the conversation. By January, they weren't just trending, they were terrifying. They won 9 of their first 12 that month and started climbing the standings like they had cheat codes. Then the trade deadline hits. Most young teams panic or freeze up. However, Detroit got smarter. They brought in Dennis Schroeder, a veteran with playoff experience and a PhD in calm under pressure. He slid into that second unit like he'd been there all season. 10 points, 5 assists, 0 drama. From there, 8 straight wins. The building got louder, the buzz got real, and suddenly it didn't just feel like another Pistons season. It felt like something was waking up. The Palace spirit in a Little Caesars world. Detroit didn't just make a playoff push, they sprinted from the basement like they were allergic to lottery ping pong balls. And the fans started to show up. Loud, loyal, and unapologetically hopeful.
Dennis Schroeder with 5 on the 24. Gets to the basket, finger rolls and fills it up. Heck of a play.
9th in NBA attendance. From a team that lost 28 straight the season before, that's not just support, that's love for a team. But even after all those adjustments, all that growth, and all that renewed energy, something else still needed to happen. Something that would take this from a cool turnaround story to a legit basketball threat. And it did.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes! Yes!
Cade Cunningham happened. He became a superstar. A guy who can lead a team to the promised land. Cade's game finally matched the vision, becoming everything scouts dreamed of when he came out of Oklahoma State. He didn't just improve, he elevated. He went from averaging 22, 4, and 7 to 26, 6, and 9. His plus-minus jumped from minus 350 to plus 178. That's not development, that's a quantum jump. He's running games now, controlling tempo, hitting more shots, creating easier looks for everyone else. He's that guy. And the Pistons now go into every playoff series knowing they've got a dude who can stand toe-to-toe with anyone on the other side, and the scariest part, they're doing this without Jaden Ivey, their second best player. With Oscar Thompson and Ron Holland flying around as defensive nightmares, Jalen Duren patrolling the paint like a young Ben Wallace, they're playing the kind of high-motor athletic basketball that perfectly complements Cade's stardom. So yeah, maybe they're in the second round right now, or maybe they just lost a hard-fought series to a more experienced team. But that doesn't matter, because this is just the beginning. The Pistons finally have momentum, a real vision, a star in Cade, a future you can actually believe in. And then there's Dallas, a team that had their own generational star and traded him. I still can't wrap my head around it, and somehow months later, that deal looks even worse than the day it happened. Why? Well, just watch this video. You might never see that trade the same way again, and if you liked this video, a quick like and subscribe helps us keep going. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.